Niwern narik dien, wadarang aktanuk, makbarian wadarang bagaruk, manamaith mirabea, nilinga wadarang bake, karingarabu bunjo the ego, wa the crow, kimbani ba Deanne Gilson. Welcome to Wadarang Country.
Live from Wadarang Country, welcome to Lance TV. Coming to you from the palatial New Camp Street Studios in Ballarat, get ready to laugh, think, love and sparkle. And now, it's time to turn that camp dial all the way up to fabulous. Here's your host, the multi-award-winning Lance-tastic, Lance DeBoyle.
Always dancing on the set. Welcome to Lance TV. I'm Lance DeBoyle coming to you live from Wadarang Country here in Ballarat, the resting place of Bunjil the Eagle. Welcome to the show. We've got a wonderful guest tonight, but before we do that, charge glasses, make sure you're nice and comfy in your seats. While I sit down, please come and sit with me. Very exciting. We hope your week has been fantastic. I've got a new badge. I'm not sure if you can make that out, but if you can, half your luck. And if you can't, well, maybe I'll talk about it later. But yes, what do I want to talk about? I do want to actually mention that we are in April, and of course, April is Autism Month. So to any auties who might be watching the show, hi, thanks very much. I'd also like to send a big cheerio to Letitia Yates, who I know will be watching tonight. So we've got Breezy here as well, so hi. But we'll be learning more about Letitia Yates a bit later in our segment called the Lance TV Artist Corner. All sorts of wonderful things happening, and I have no segue, so please charge your glasses, be upstanding, put your hands together and stand on your head. Here comes our guest tonight, Gemma Ramsay. Darling, how are you? Mwah, mwah. Oh, please sit down.
Thank you.
How are you?
Going great.
Did you find the place okay? No. I got a text from Ramsay, because you like to be called Ramsay, don't you? I got this text sort of going, I'm on Camp Street, but not sure where. And I went racing up and I was looking around, and then in between two cars on the other side of the road up a bit, there was Ramsay. I'm going, darling! And yeah, so you got there in the end.
Yes.
Aren't you glad I said those? Send me a message.
Yeah, absolutely. I was lost. I was on the wrong side of the road.
Well, you know, it's sometimes you have to be lost to be found. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, we know you as Ramsay.
Yep.
Is that a stage name for you?
No. I wish.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It's just my last name.
Yeah, and you just prefer being called by the family name?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, people can say, oh, are you a chef? And I say, fuck no.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's a whole strategy involved with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
And when I have to spell it, it's like, Ramsay, like Gordon, or Neighbours.
Not like Ramsay, how we spelt it.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, well, incorrect, in fact.
Yeah, it happens.
I know.
All the time.
You are quite well known around town, probably because of your lip and your fingering style.
Maybe.
When it comes to the saxophone.
Yes. Yeah. So I play saxophone with Ballarat Memorial Concert Band.
Very nice.
Yeah, been playing for nearly 4 years, but we had some COVID years in there, so I don't know if they count.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's twice as long if it's COVID years. So really you might have been playing for 8.
Maybe, yeah.
In the scheme of things.
Maybe, yeah.
You do a whole bunch of other stuff though.
Yes.
You're involved with community and volunteering and
Yep.
doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you excited to be on the show?
I am excited, a bit nervous.
Now, hot gossip, Ramsay got here and went, I've never seen the show, I'm terribly sorry, but I need to admit that. And I just went, well, that's all right, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
There are thousands of people out there who haven't seen the show.
Correct.
And you don't watch a lot of TV?
Nah, not really. YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
We have a YouTube channel if you'd like to see us on YouTube.
There you go.
It's YouTube at Lance-TV. TV, and you can watch back all of this season's shows to date.
Oh, I'll have to catch up.
Yeah. Cheryl was on last week, and yeah, you can get the whole gamut of. We started with Minister Harriet Sheen.
Oh, champions.
I know.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I tell you what else is amazing too. We have a wonderful segment which I already mentioned called the Lance TV Artist Corner, and we are going to watch that now. What do you think? This is Breezy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey,
Breezy's
Breezy.
my art. I bought this art from my friend.
Ah.
Yeah. Without further ado, we are going to cut to our segment. And when we come back, we're going to start having a bit of a chat with Ramsay. See you soon.
My name is Letitia Yates. I'm known more by my artist name, the Donna Therapist. I was born in Dalesford and lived near around Newland sort of area, but I've been to Ballarat most of my life due to going to the Ballarat Specialist School when I was younger, and I eventually moved to Ballarat to be closer to the specialist school. With my donut paintings, I work with acrylic paints. Years ago, I had a conversation with one of the co-founders of TBH Studio Hollywood, talking how donut therapy should be a thing because when eating donuts, it makes people happy. So I just thought maybe looking at paintings of donuts would make people happy, and it just came from that. Colorful colors and just making it all happy. There's a couple of my donut art that had more meaning. Most notably, my Donuts Are Cool Hate Speech Is Not art, which is, as it says, hate speech is horrible, but donuts are really yummy and cool. And my vulva donut, which is a donut in the shape of a vulva. I also do some digital art when I make some cards with my donuts, as well as some digital art of my original character, Snowy J Storm. So she's a character I've created during my time at school in my teenage years. So she's this wanted criminal on the one out of being forced into a life of crime, though she is a kind-hearted woman, but people don't really see that. Otherwise, outside of donuts, I've been enjoying making my raggedy dolls. The raggedy dolls are basically a way for me to try and use up all the fabrics I've been collecting over the years, because I've collected fabrics originally to neck patches. With my vest, I've collected way too many, and now I'm trying to use them up by making these dolls. I'm currently trying to make some more raggedy dolls, mainly to help with a future idea of making a sensory space for TBH Studio. So because as kids we get taught not to touch artworks, and we want to create a space where they're allowed to touch stuff. Yeah, so some of my dolls have different fabric texture, so I want to try to do more of that, and it'll be like a collab thing with two other artists. So the main place you'll find me is on Instagram, and I have 2 accounts on that. The first one being the Donna Therapist, and my other account is Tish Random Page, which you'll find some of my other work mainly surrounding Snowy. Try and start art. Think about what you like the most and go from there. Like, I like donuts, so I went and started with donuts. So find something you like and go from there. Focus on something you enjoyed first as your starting point, and then expand from there.
Oh, there we are. I was in the dark. Somebody turned the light out and then went back. It's exciting. Just looking in the thread, Johnny Wombat, greetings all. Hello, Johnny. Ramsay Gemma, yo, what's up, Facebook? Look at you, being omnipresent.
Yeah.
Andy Polly.
Yo, what's
Hiya,
up, Andy?
Ramsay, go you.
Yeah.
Who's Andy Polly?
Andy is the reason I now play baritone sax. He gave me a go at his baritone sax, and that's it. I was hooked.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have to have your own reed? Or?
Yeah, yeah. And before that, it was tenor sax. So.
Oh, so you went from to
doot, yeah.
And will you go to
No, probably not. It's too heavy.
Okay. Johnny Wombat. Wombat has Ballatorian friends connected to the Ballarat Memorial Band.
Okay.
A shout out to the Gilberts. Do you know the Gilberts? No. Fantastic.
I've only been in the band a few years.
Letitia Yates, I'm so excited to have been on Artist's Corner. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Letitia. And I have to Breezy keeps jumping off my chair. We'll have to get a special little stand for Breezy on the table, I think.
I agree.
Amber Rosehill's just shown up.
Yo,
hey,
Amber.
Ramsay.
Amber plays bass in the Hatton Concert Band.
Like electric bass, double bass?
Yeah, she's a cool chick.
Yeah?
Yeah, got dreads.
Bass player?
She's got dreads. Plays bass.
Yeah?
Rocks it.
Fretless bass or fret?
I think it's got frets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can speak up, because if you don't speak up, we won't hear you.
I think it's got frets. Yeah.
You know how mics work, I'm sure. Yeah. So you don't know the Gilberts?
No.
Oh.
I'm sure someone will.
Well, it's the Ballarat Memorial Band. Fantastic. I wonder, Letitia, if you're still watching, I would like to extend an invitation to you to actually be on the show as a guest. So let me know how you go with that. Pop it in the thread and we will make that happen a little bit later in the year. Beck McDowell Patton. We're watching, Ramsay.
Hey.
So, Beck Patton?
Plays saxophone.
Saxophone. Welcome back. You're watching Lance TV. I'm Lance DeBoyle, and we're here with the one, the only, Ramsay.
Yo.
Look at you. How you settling in? You all right?
You're feeling good now? Feeling good?
Yeah. Feeling all right?
Feeling ready. Feeling ready, yeah.
Fantastic. I was having a Joe Cocker moment there. I don't know if you picked up on it. Yeah, no. Ramsay, we have hit the part in the show where we're going to begin the interview.
Oh, excellent.
Are you kind of locked in and ready to...
Buckled in for safety.
Fantastic. Now, we've been doing this show for 7 years all up. We've just entered our 4th year on television.
Nice.
I know, right? We've won 3 awards along the way. I'll show them to you at the end of the show because that's just how I roll.
Yeah.
And for that 7 years, I always ask people, where were you born?
I was born in Kew, according to my birth certificate. I think that's a place in Melbourne, wouldn't know. Moved to Rutherglen when I was 10 with my grandparents.
Oh, very cool.
So that's kind of, for me, that's, you know, you talk about childhood, like we go from 10.
Yeah,
when
nice.
I started living in Rutherglen.
And Rutherglen, where's Rutherglen? That's up Albury Way?
Yep, Albury-Wodonga-ish. Yeah, it's a small town, about 2,000 people. Not a lot going on. Everyone knows each other. There's 3 schools somehow. for 2,000 people, wouldn't know. It's quite baffling to me that there's schools in Ballarat that have the population of Rutherglen as their student population.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Rutherglen, when we think Rutherglen, we think wine.
Yes.
What else happens in Rutherglen for 2,000 people?
Not a lot. When I was there was a brass band. It no longer exists. I think I was the youngest player in the band by about 30 years.
That's right, because you actually joined. When you moved to Rutherglen.
Yep.
You weren't doing a lot of music.
No.
You got there.
Yep.
And you ended up playing trumpet. Do you want to tell us the story about how you got to the trumpet?
Yeah, so we had a music teacher for a term, and we had a different music teacher every term for a little bit. And he goes, "Oh, who wants to learn an instrument?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "What do you want to learn?" I said, "Saxophone." He goes, "Well, here's a trumpet. We don't have any saxophones because it's a small country town school." And he wrote down, he goes, "Oh, you can make a buzz." He wrote down an address on a bit of paper and he said, "Yeah, be there tonight at 7:30. I was like, "All right." And I went home and went to my grandparents, and here you go. Turns out it was Hans's shed. He's the bus driver for the town. and it was that day I was in a brass band, Murray Brass. And did brass banding for over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we know you as a saxophone player.
Yeah.
The trumpet is a completely different instrument.
Completely.
I mean, it's sort of like air moving through a metal thing.
Yep.
But there's tonguing, there's the lips different, the fingering's
Oh,
different.
it's all different. You know, you go from 3 valves to hands, all your fingers doing things. I stopped playing trumpet and then had a break from music for a couple of years.
Well, let's just double back.
Oh, yeah.
We'll double
Sorry.
back.
Getting too excited.
With the trumpet,
Yeah.
you know, and just walk me through it.
Yep.
How do you get the different tones? Because there's got to be more than just that tone, that tone.
It's all in the lips and the chops and your diaphragm, and you can play 5 notes on a trumpet, maybe more. I could only ever play 5 without pressing a finger. And don't ask me any more questions about trumpet because I've very much converted.
But 5 is almost an octave.
Oh, 5, yeah, C, E, C, G and C, I think are the notes. Oh gosh, the band people are going to be scathing me.
It's not your instrument though.
It's not anymore.
Not your
anymore.
instrument.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But and like, did you used to clean it and do things like that, or?
You're meant to.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah, you're meant to bath it and wash it out and get rid of all the lung juice and the gunk and all that.
The lung juice.
Yeah, lung juice. Yeah. Condensation.
Spittle.
Spit. Yeah.
Oh.
Lung juice is a much more appealing name, in my opinion.
Really?
No.
No.
It often gets a face.
Yeah.
Everyone
Okay.
just calls it spit.
Spit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's that little rocker valve at the end.
Yeah.
It's just all...
Yeah. The baritone sax has one of them too.
Right.
Yeah. So, staying in the realm of...
So 13 years, so you were 13 years old, you picked up the trumpet, so 13, 14, 15, 16. So you played that for about 5 years?
10.
10 years?
10 or, yeah, so...
And you can't remember what the first... No.
No, it's gone. It's gone. I full converted.
Have you ever picked up a trumpet since?
Once.
Have you got any muscle memory?
Once, and I couldn't play it, so I put it back down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it was Miles Davis. You know Miles Davis?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He said something like, if I don't practice for 1 day, I know it. And if I don't practice for 2 days, the audience knows it. Have you found that with playing an instrument, that if you don't practice often, there's a real marked difference?
Absolutely. I didn't practice between rehearsals this week for band. Don't listen, Andrew. And I noticed I couldn't keep up. My lip was dead by the end.
Yeah, wow.
Shocked out is the term.
And because I know with trumpet, it's a kind of, you got to purse your lips together and get sort of a of sound happening.
Yeah.
But with saxophone, it's letting the reed do the work.
Yeah, so you kind of bite the top and you have your lower lip tucked in, and so you're vibrating the reed.
So you become one with the instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. They say the instrument starts in the diaphragm.
Wow.
Yeah, because your lungs, you've got to control the in and out of
So
your
you
lungs.
become a huge bagpipe.
Yeah, sure.
That'll do. Huge bagpipe. The saxophone on the end.
Yeah.
So you did that for a while.
Yep.
You moved to Ballarat
Yep.
because of study. What did you study here?
I did a Bachelor of Psychological Science.
Are you reading me right now?
No.
Oh, you should
Maybe.
be. No. So you did that.
Yep.
But you got involved with the brass band here as well?
Yeah, so I moved down and I looked up both Ballarat Brass Band and Ballarat Memorial Concert Band because both have trumpets. And
Yeah.
the Ballarat Brass Band were the first people to call me back and go, this is where we are. So that's why I joined them. And I was there for about...
First in, best dressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
It's the quick or the dead if you want to get hold of Ramsay.
yeah, pretty much. And I got a nickname in that band called Captain Third Cornet because I played... In brass bands, you don't play trumpet, you play cornet. It's like a squished trumpet, smaller. Same thing, kind of.
It's like the pug of the trumpets.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I was called Captain Third Cornet, which is, typically known as a beginner part.
Oh.
And I would play, and typically you don't play that part for 10 years, but that's the part in the band I played for 10 years total across both bands. So
Wow.
that was my nickname.
I've got a friend who plays French horn.
Cool.
How much air is involved in that?
No clue.
Yeah.
Apparently they're hard to play. I've never played
Well,
one.
because they're kind of a big, long,
Yeah.
thin, kind of.
Yeah.
Why brass? Just because you start like somebody went, here's a trumpet.
Yeah,
and,
pretty
and
much.
That was it.
Yeah, it was like you want to learn an instrument.
Never
this
thought
is what we got.
bassoon or piccolo or
No, it's just like here. This
recorder.
no, definitely.
Recorder's like a simple saxophone, isn't it?
Maybe.
Don't know.
I don't know. I haven't played one since primary
And
school.
is it true? Somebody once told me that the fingering for a flute is the same fingering for a saxophone.
Yes, and it's kind of the same for. I think yes for flute. I don't know. I don't play flute, but I think it's the same. But it's also the same for clarinet, but only in the upper register.
Really?
Yes, but you play the low notes completely different.
Stranger on the Shore. It's the only clarinet song I know.
I don't know any
Acapella.
clarinet songs.
It's famous for a bowler hat and a licorice stick.
All right, take your word
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
true.
Yeah.
I know. So, tell us about the first time you picked up a saxophone.
Well, I had a dream about playing saxophone, so went online the next day and ordered one from a music shop, and it arrived. And then I opened up YouTube and watched YouTube videos about how to put one together and how to make a sound. And I watched YouTube, and the first time I picked it up, I was like, here we go. This was great because I could already read music, right? So I just needed to learn what buttons to push and how to blow into YouTube.
Wow, YouTube University, here you come.
Pretty much, yep. And a couple months later, I was like, I'm ready for concert bands.
Wow.
Let's go.
So you got your chops up.
Yeah.
And then kind of went, okay, I'm ready for my debut now.
Yeah, pretty much, and rocked in and just like, here I am. And then we had COVID.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Gave you more time to practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The world was on your side. Wait, you just need a little bit longer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we won't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was it.
And you've got a real love for the instrument?
Absolutely. Committed. Got a tattoo of a saxophone now.
Where?
On my forearm.
Oh, yeah. That's your camera here.
Oh, I don't know how to show this.
You could stand up.
There's
There's the guitar.
There's the guitar. This is kind of...
Just stand up.
Hey, there we go. Oh, which way do I twist my arm? I don't know.
There it is.
There's kind of a saxophone. It's cool. It's on Facebook somewhere.
There it is.
You'll find it.
Well, it's on your arm, so
Yeah,
you won't lose it.
Yeah, if anyone finds me in the street, there you go. You can have a look.
There you go. You can just stop Ramsay in the street and
Hey.
just go, show us your tat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, we're going to have a bit of a longer chat with Ramsay about a whole bunch of other stuff, because I'm curious about the university, really. And when we come back, we'll do that. So we'll see you in a short minute. There we go. Facebook. Oh my gosh, there's all of...
Is it popping off?
There it is popping off like there's no tomorrow. Strangely enough, Beck McDowell-Patton, I know the Gilberts. There you go.
She's
So
been the
someone new. So
Yeah.
Johnny Wombat and Beck have increased their friendship circle by one. Tim Scott
Hey.
didn't take long. Hey, Ramsay.
Fuck yeah.
Johnny Wombat, I hope you're getting Ramsay to do a little solo piece later in the show on the saxophone. I did actually ask Ramsay to bring the saxophone, but you don't do solos.
Nah.
Nah.
I really should learn Careless Whisper though. Just
Really?
I
Or even
should.
The Simpsons or something.
I should.
Pink Panther.
yeah.
LJ Lenny, looking good. Ramsay, have missed you, buddy.
Hey,
Andy Polly, once you go Barry, you'll never go back.
that's correct.
Dennis Stevenson,
Hey.
baritone sax extraordinaire.
Hey,
Yeah. Tim Scott, 3 buttons Ramsay. How hard can it be? No.
coming from the tuba player.
Hang on, I'll reread that. 3 buttons Ramsay. How hard can it be? That's a great line.
Thanks, Tim.
Johnny Wombat, our Lance is quite the aficionado on the brass.
Yeah.
Johnny Wombat, I'm the aficionado on the piccolo, and don't you forget it. Ooh. Letitia Yates, sorry for the late response. I would love to have an extended interview with you. Fantastic, Letitia. I'll reach out to you soon. Thank you. Chris Peake, an autographed photo is going up in price.
Hey.
What's that all about?
Oh, for my 30th, I did Pass the Parcel with the band playing the music. So we had a live band Pass the Parcel.
Nice.
Never been done before. The middle prize was an autographed photo of me.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
In black and white.
Nice, classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beck McDowell Patton. Haha, Andrew's watching now.
Fuck.
Andrew Power. Nice tats.
Hey.
Who are all these people in this thread?
Mostly band people.
So what does Andrew Power play?
He plays trumpet and he's also the conductor.
Oh, he gets
Yeah.
to wave his hands around with a thin
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah, and I call him Andy Drew Mickey P.
Welcome back. You're watching Lance TV. I'm Lance de Boyle, and I don't know what's happening. I've got Cheryl pointing at all the cameras all at once. So I'm there, and then we're here. If you've just joined us, yes, you're watching Lance TV. I'm Lance de Boyle, and we're having a lovely chat with the lovely Ramsay, saxophone officers.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that the word?
Sure.
Okay. So University of Ballarat, Psych
Yep.
Science.
Yep.
What was it about doing Psych Science that you sort of went out of anything? Like, why didn't you go and study music or something?
Oh, because I was not musical enough.
Really?
Yeah, I got into psych science because I didn't need an ATAR.
And what's an ATAR?
It's like the
It's
score.
like a guitar
it's-
but smaller.
It's like the score you get when you finish your exams and stuff. So
So
I just needed to pass year 12 when I got in. I was like, yeah, I'm here, baby.
yeah, right.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Bachelor of Psych Science, there's a lot of reading involved in that.
Correct, didn't know that when I signed up.
Surprise.
Yeah, but what the reading did lead me to was, first year, maybe even first week of uni, open up the textbook, basic intro to psychology, and I read about LGBT and about acronyms. Weird thing being, I don't know if it's the actual acronym, but I read about asexuality, and it was like putting glasses on. Not that I have glasses, but it was a light bulb moment for me in life, and I was like, that defines my experience, and I'm normal. Like, it was all of a sudden this weird thing for me became valid in life.
Amazing, because when we were talking, when we were setting up the interview too, when you got to that part, you were saying, it was like that cliche, putting the glasses on, and everything suddenly became clear.
It's like, there's actually nothing wrong with me. Like, my experience in life is other people have this. There's a thing, there's a label. Here's a word and a definition that describes a part of life that you experience.
And I mean, you didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, there's the word, this is me.
Yeah.
You'd been living as asexual for a while?
Yeah, so I read about it, knew about it for years. So I did uni in 2012, and it wasn't until 2021, 2022 that I actually started telling people that I was ace and exploring what that meant for me. And,
What sort of reactions were you getting from people sort of like, oh, I'm asexual?
pretty poor ones. I get, and I still to this day get a lot of, you haven't met the right person, you haven't had good enough sex, you just need to have better sex, and it's all you know, oh, they can't fathom this whole notion that you don't experience sexual attraction. It never happens. It's just like, you know, TV is so loaded with relationships. You can't watch a TV show without there being a sexually charged scene or about a relationship of a sexual nature. It's very heavy. Actually, that's why I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There is relationships, but it's not all about the sex. And so, you know,
Is that the cop show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah,
I've been watching it. I've been rewatching
there's
it,
a gay
actually.
man in it, but it's not like the focus of the show. It's just like he's a gay dude. He's just doing life. And the whole show doesn't revolve around people trying to root each other, but a lot of TV shows and a lot of film does.
Yeah. Well, our community, the LGBTIQA+ community is, you know, dare I say it, like quite hypersexualised.
Yeah, absolutely. So for a very long time, I questioned the validity of being ace and whether I was ace, because I was like, well, I'm not part of community. It's all kind of gross and a bit overwhelming and a bit too much and a bit too in my face. And we organised, myself and Ange Elson kind of organised ace board games for Ace Week a couple of years ago, and I met some other ace, openly ace people for the first time in my life. And that was the day that I was like, yeah, I'm part of community. I'm part of the LGBTIQA+ community.
How validating was that though? Like being, like there you are sort of getting told like you just need to get a good leg over and you'll snap out of it.
Yeah.
To being in a room full of a whole bunch of people who are all going, yeah, I'm ace.
Yeah, it was oddly relaxing. There was no innuendo or like not needing to worry about if there was innuendo, and I could just be in a space doing an activity I really enjoy, board games, and hanging out with people that have had similar experiences. And it was also interesting to hear their perspective, because I think it just further validates that, you know, that notion of sexual attraction and sexual arousal and you know, hetero-romantic versus, what's the word now? Escapes me. Whatever. We're going with it. So, you know, I'd say I'm asexual but hetero-romantic. You know, I don't want to be alone forever, but I'd like to be in a relationship, and I think that would be with a guy. I don't know. Who fucking knows, right? I'm open. So it was nice to hear about other people's experiences, and this goes, you know, some people in the ACE community, there's micro labels for the ACE spectrum. I've never gotten into that. It's all too much for me. It's just like ACE, done, tick the box, move on. Yeah.
I'm just trying to formulate in my head the whole, well, if you will, the whole thing about, you know, coming out as ace. Like we talk about, you know, like coming out as queer and taking to the streets and flying the flags and throwing the glitter.
Yeah.
But you don't hear that same story around ace people and ace communities. Like it seems like kind of ace is there, but ace because of all this kind of like, if you're not getting a leg over, you don't get to sit with us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like ace communities sit in the shadows, looking in, going, yeah, but we're here, but you're not holding space for us.
Yeah, and I mean, part of me feels like, do I come out? Is that sort of a rite of passage for the other people in the community? You know, as an ace person, is there coming out? Because it's just kind of like, I don't experience sexual attraction. What is there to come out about? Nothing. Yeah, it's just like, I don't have this experience that other people do, so I'm just me. And there's a long-standing meme that people in the ACE community just like eating garlic bread. I can confirm that. Garlic bread's the most delicious thing ever. Yeah, that's what we're about.
Maybe that needs to be the badge. It's kind of like everyone we walk around with a bit of a sort of like French toasted bread with a bit of garlic on it, and just walk, that's the badge. It's like, right.
Yeah, bugger the flag. Let's just walk around with garlic bread badges.
Be so much easier.
Yeah.
We'd all go, oh, here they come.
Yeah, here they come. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Be hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm from being ace. I've now been joined the board of Tiny Pride.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's been an experience.
I'd like to double back though, and just talk to us about the stigma of ACE. That's the other question I've got here, is that whole, I mean, we've kind of, I guess we've kind of talked about it, but the effects of stigma on people who are not doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, it makes you question whether your experience is okay. I like to just have a subtle nod to being ace. I have like a little pride flag on my name badge at work, and that's it for me. And I think, we need people to talk about being ace and what it means to help reduce that stigma, but I think it's kind of hard, because how do you explain something like a lack of something, or that you don't experience, or you experience it in a very different way? And there is so much questions, and I think even within community, I've seen stuff on the internet where people saying that ace people don't belong as part of community.
What?
Yeah, which is,
That's
baffling.
trash.
It is, it's shit. I haven't experienced it personally, just, the online keyboard warrior world. So it makes you, but when you see stuff like that, you're kind of like, well, is it worth talking about? Am I ace? And you start questioning, maybe I just need to have good sex. Would that fix it? Would that fix me? But
So it's like kind of being gaslit by society, really.
yeah. And, I won't lie, it's led me to some pretty, horrendous situations where I'm, putting myself in risky situations to try and validate my experience in life. But actually, I'm fine the way I am. And I think, even as a young person growing up, when you're in school, who do you have a crush on? Have you kissed a boy yet? It's forced down your throat from such a young age. You catch up with family. Do you have a boyfriend yet? Who's your crush? And then, you get to later high school, if you lost your virginity, it's constantly forced down your throat. So you're like, who am I? And, why don't I have a crush on anyone ever? Yeah, it makes things tricky.
It's amazing. It's that they do the same thing with alcohol as well. It's kind of like this, if you're not having sex, there's a problem with you, and if you're not drinking alcohol, there's a problem with you, and it's like both of those things can actually lead to a lot of issues.
Yeah, I think it's become more socially acceptable to go out and not drink alcohol now, though.
Yeah, but it's still you've still got that school of people who go, oh, why aren't you drinking? Can't you handle it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's still that inference.
Yeah. And I think there's still that for ace people. And I think there will be for a long time until, maybe we get some more media representation. Yeah.
There you go. Well, here we are today.
Hey, here we are.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. We do need to go back for another short break.
Excellent.
And when we come back, we're going to have more conversation with Ramsay.
Hey.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
There we go. Now, where do we lead off? 3 buttons, Ramsay. How hard
3
can it
buttons,
be?
Ramsay. Thanks,
That's
bro.
great. That did make me laugh. Where are we? Johnny Wombat, self-taught passion always works. Clap, 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 clap. There you go. You can respond.
Self-taught passion. I like that.
Yeah, self-taught. Well, that's exactly what you've done.
Yeah.
Got on the YouTube uni and
Absolutely.
got your lip going.
Yeah.
Don't you love it? Just lip fingering
Yeah, absolutely.
and tonguing.
Yep. Lots of tonguing.
Is there more tonguing in saxophone than there is in trumpet? Yeah. Nice tats. Clinton Carter.
Yo, what's up, Clinton?
Ram dog on her best behaviour.
Yeah, I'm swearing a lot less than I fucking usually do it.
Yeah. Don't let the bright lights and cameras concern you. Ange Elson. Go you good thing, Ramsay.
Hey. What's up, Ange?
Bruce Hatfield, who we know as Goose, who works alongside the lovely Johnny Wombat.
Goose.
Love your work, Lance. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hey,
Love
look,
yours too.
There's some love for you too.
For those of you who are watching us on Facebook, if you want to catch up and find some really good Australian short films, you can go over to CTV Plus and find Wombat and Goose Out of the Can. I think it's about 11 o'clock tonight, and there's probably a repeat. Johnny Wombat, a lot of people want to build empires. It's all about them. Peer pressure will never go away. What do you think?
I hope it will.
But do you think it's about people building empires? It's kind of like, no, you must be like me. And
Yeah, I think so, but I think ace community is kind of like, here's me and my micro label, and here's me, and I'm over here with this label, and that's okay.
yeah,
That's what I found amongst the ace community in Ballarat, is everyone's just happy doing their thing, and hey, your race, cool. That's it. End of story. I don't think there's empire building in Ace World.
No.
That's not my perception anyway. Not the
No.
Ballarat Ace
I think Johnny's alluding to all those other people going, you need to get a leg over and
Oh, yeah.
you need to be like me. And yeah, well, I didn't build that. No. Welcome back. You're watching Let's TV. We are in the third part of a three-part interview with the lovely, but probably a little bit quiet Ramsay.
Oh, sorry.
So you might want to talk from your diaphragm. No, it'd be all right. You don't need to stick it in your face.
Okay. Right,
Just try and
be
speak
louder?
up. Yeah, be a bit louder.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Great.
We are now in the third part of the interview.
Yep.
And I want to talk to you about future shapers.
Oh, no, it's a hard thing to say.
I know, future shapers.
Yeah.
What, like, it sounds like Star Trek and a bucket of Neelix or whoever that was, the shapeshifter. What is a future shaper?
So it's a, they call it an experiential learning program.
Then some highfalutin words.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's run by the Committee for Ballarat, and it's looking at, I think there's been 500 people do the program so far. It's like in its 18th or 19th year. And so far we've gone to Parliament, hosted by Juliana Addison, and had a look at what they do.
We love the Juliana.
Yeah.
Hello, Juliana.
She's lovely. And we've learnt about our strengths and how do they play out and what happens when you overplay your strengths. And we had a lesson from a traditional owner whose name escapes, Shannon Lennon.
Oh yeah, Shannon Menon.
Menon, yeah. I had a lesson from her about, what is an acknowledgement of country and what's that involve. And it's, we work on we're going to develop our own community projects later in the year. And I'm sponsored by my workplace to attend and help develop my leadership skills. And for me, I wanted to get out of the lane that I'm in, which is just being community services, not-for-profit sector, and see what else is out there in the world, and grow those skills.
Amazing.
And networks.
And you've only just recently joined that?
Yeah, so it only just started this year. We had our first kind of program day last week. Yeah, and we had a trip down to Parliament earlier in March. So
all right,
very new.
Down at Melbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, had sangers with Juliana.
Sangers in the big house.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, amazing. Yeah. How was that for you? Have you ever been into Parliament before?
No, never. No, it was a pretty cool building, and I didn't realise how much gold there was, and Juliana said that it's all gold from Ballarat. Pretty special.
Yeah, take that, Bendigo. No.
yeah, she alluded there might be Bendigo gold, but no, it's all Ballarat.
No, it's all Ballarat gold.
Yeah. I've never really been interested in politics, but after watching Question Time, I'm kind of fascinated.
Yeah.
Like, what happens? Like, why is this happening?
Yeah, Question Time's great.
Yeah.
It's like a big game of chess.
Yeah. The guy I was sitting next to was sat behind the post. I can't believe that Parliament House has a corner hotel post.
A corner hotel?
Yeah, the corner hotel in Richmond?
Yeah.
Yeah, the post. Anyway, there's a post at Parliament House. You get sat right behind it. It's like a Melbourne theme, I've decided.
Okay.
Venues
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Venues with a post that you get stuck behind, you can't see the stage.
And that's Corner Hotel?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah. Parliament House, Corner Hotel, Melbourne, it's the thing.
Well,
That's what I've decided.
I won't make the joke about potentially both are full of drunks, but, No, I won't.
Okay.
So future shapers.
Yep.
What is the bigger outcome though? Like you're doing it for you, you're doing it for your organisation, but does it have a bigger benefit across community as well?
So it's looking at, Ballarat's strategic priorities, and Committee for Ballarat's strategic priorities are around, transport and economy and infrastructure and things like that. But it's kind of led by the people within the group about what we want to learn and get out of it and things like that. I think what it means for Ballarat is a more connected community, because we have in our group, there's such a diverse range of people, and we're all getting connected, and we're getting connected with people, and it's helping sectors kind of break down those silos. It's no longer just the agriculture sector and this sector. It helps us all kind of join forces.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See.
That's what I reckon anyway.
Yeah, nice. So that's it.
Yeah.
You are also have recently joined the SES, so firefighting.
State emergency service. No firefighting for me though.
State emergency, I do beg your pardon.
Yeah, so I started my training last year and I got on the truck like week before Christmas. We do all sorts of things. We do flood stuff, we do storm stuff. If trees go down on roads or in houses or on houses, we do stuff like that. But not if there's a power line, then that's power core.
Yeah. So, but with SES, it's kind of
yeah.
like my roof's blown off and then SES turns up with the big tarp. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yep. Or often people fall off bikes on dirt tracks, and ambulance gurneys don't go on dirt tracks.
Yeah, right.
So they'll call us in to help get them out, and like carry them out. We use what's called a mule. It's like a big wheel that mounts a stretcher on it and wheel people out. It's really cool.
A whole bunch of new toys.
And maybe one day I'll get to use a chainsaw, which is really why, chainsaw. And I'd like to learn how to go up on the roof and do the roof stuff. You've got to do a special training for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What possessed you to do that?
I do a desk job where I just sit all day and read all day, and I just wanted to get out there and just do something physical, you know. Someone's chopping up a tree, you're just moving the tree off the road and you're helping, you know. You get to connect with community and go, here's some sandbags, hopefully your house stops flooding, and then you move on to the next house. Or hey, mate, got you out of there, hope you recover well. Or, you know, we've plugged up that tile and, you know, the kid's bedroom no longer got a leak in it, they can go to bed that night. And I think that part's really cool, but for me personally, it's just getting out and about and being in it.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, because I think it takes a special timbre, or a special kind of person. There's some sort of internal fortitude where people just go, yeah, I'm going to go and do that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a really cool group at the Ballarat SES. It's such a weird, great mix of people, like from all walks of life, all ages, all genders. It's just, and everyone just wants to do the cool stuff, like use a chainsaw.
Yeah, right.
And go in a truck. Like for me, the first day I got to go in the truck, I was like, fuck yes, we're in the truck. And it wasn't even the big truck, it was like the pie truck. That's actually not what it's called, just that's the guy that was driving called it. But then I got to go in the big truck, fuck yeah. Let's go.
Look at you, it's like,
yeah, I never want to drive it, ever. I just enjoy sitting in the back. Just like rolling around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Stick your head out the window.
It doesn't go very fast though, but when I've gotten to go in the truck, when we've got to go turn the reds and blues on, like the lights and the sirens,
Yeah.
that is
The
exciting.
mobile disco kicks in.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
Can't hear anything on the radio.
But you're moving and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah. And
And you got a special uniform and
Yeah.
everything you wear?
high vis orange, and they say
Oh, so it's not banana coloured?
no, it's orange. Yeah.
yeah.
And they say that once you join the SES, they turn your blood orange. That's like the saying, like they get you in, you're in it.
Right.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot in the uniform, and when it's wet, it's very heavy, but it's comfortable enough.
Wow, it serves its purpose. It's
Safety.
pretty much there. Yeah,
Yeah.
safety first.
Yeah.
Talking about safety first, we can't do this interview without mentioning your role on Tiny Pride.
Yes.
So many of us along the way, we've all heard the name Ange Elson, and Tiny Pride is often mentioned on this show.
Yeah.
And what's your role on Tiny Pride?
I started as the board secretary from...
How bored were you?
From what's it like from when we first became incorporated. I joined as the board secretary at that point, and I was secretary up until late last year, and I stepped back to just being a regular old board member because Tiny Pride started taking off and doing some amazing things, and I was not keeping up, basically. But yeah, Tiny Pride's been personally very helpful in my journey of being ACE and being part of community, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's my subtle way to be involved in community without the overt pride. Yeah, that's the part I enjoy about it, and I'm enjoying seeing the work we're doing. And biggest games day ever was going to be on Sunday, but it's getting moved due to weather.
Yes, yes, we thank the waterworks from above for that.
Welcome to Ballarat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But so Tiny Pride have done the policing and the LGBTIQA+ community.
Yep.
Are you able to talk to that a little bit?
I wish I could. I didn't. You know
That'd
how
be a no?
you know how I said I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, right.
That was
part
about
of it.
that was about the
Yeah.
part. Yeah, because I was changing job roles and
Yeah,
stuff.
because how long has Tiny Pride been around for now? Two and a bit?
2 and a bit. Yeah. 2 and a bit years, I think.
And got a beautiful nomination at the Globe Awards
Yeah.
about a month ago.
Yeah. I think for the policing forum that was run, which
Yeah.
by all accounts seemed to go really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there, we filmed, I think we filmed it.
Hey.
I actually had to go to Melbourne that day to pick up an Tenor Award.
Hey.
Speaking about picking things up though, we
Yeah.
have reached the tail end of the interview, but before we go,
Yep.
I would like to give you this tiny Pride bag.
Hey, I don't actually
Tiny
have
Pride
one.
bag. And in the bag, I've got this little badge in here. So
Hey.
there's the Tiny Pride thing.
Yep.
I've got you this little badge and it says, "Turfs make my cunt dry." So there's
Oh,
that.
excellent.
And of course, this photo of me that says, "I was on Let's TV."
It's not autographed though.
Oh, well, it's not black and white either. Well,
Can you autograph it before I go?
oh, yeah, of course.
Sick.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing part of your story on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being had. We will go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show. See you in a minute. And if you would like to know more about the Ballarat Memorial Concert Band, you can head over to their website at www.ballaratconcertband.org.au. Lance TV will be back right after this. There we go. Johnny Wombat, ha 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 ha, or do ha ha, your Trekkie membership has just been revoked.
Fucking tricky, bro.
Are you?
Yeah, actually, I've watched every episode and every single film.
Really? Yeah. Who's been your favourite captain?
Or Picard, followed by Cisco, followed by Janeway.
Really? Cisco was Deep Space Nine though.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine has it's slow, but it's got a good burn in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And are you also a Trekkie, or are you purely? What's the other? What are we? Star Wars. Star Wars
Fuck
or
Star
Trekkie?
Wars. That shit's
No?
boring as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
What is it about being a Trekkie?
Oh, it's a good show. It's like well made, sci-fi, as if Vulcans aren't currently watching Earth. Like, come on.
What's not to like?
Yeah. There's
Hang on, where are we? Johnny Wombat, I know that post at the corner from my youth. Painters and Dockers days. I've got a Painters and Dockers story too, but I won't tell it just yet, John. I'll ring you one day and tell it. Chris Peake, Gem for Prime Minister. Who's Chris Peake?
I did TAFE with Chris and then worked with him. Yeah.
Fantastic. Johnny Wombat, might need to check Ramsay's mic pack next commercial. So what we might do, just while we're there, excuse me.
Do you want the box?
No, just going to move this even closer and see what
Oh,
happens.
okay. Thanks, Johnny.
See how we go with that. Beck McDowell patent, yeah, Ramsay.
Fuck yeah.
Odo, that's the one. Johnny Wombat just wrote Odo.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And Beck McDowell patent. Thanks for the BMCM shout out, Lance TV.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that has been all of that. We're in the home stretch of tonight's show. Let's hope the last minutes, at least people can kind of wrap their head around your vocal.
Hey.
Not Neelix. Welcome back. You're watching Let's TV, and this is time for All Over the Shop. TBH Studio has a zine market on tomorrow from 10 a.m. through to about 2 o'clock. That's at 57 Bridge Mall at Ballarat Central. Geelong Rainbow has a board and cards game happening down there in Geelong from 6 o'clock. So get yourself along to that if you're into games, the table variety. Trafalgar Farmers Market is happening at McGregor's Park tomorrow from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock. Trafalgar's over there in Gippsland. Hello, everyone. The Dean Hall has a folk and blues show happening, and it's a fundraiser for the Dean Hall and Mechanics Institute. That's the 12th of April. Anna Piper Scott. None of that queer stuff is occurring at the Melbourne Comedy Festival from the 15th of April. That particular venue's at the Doubletree Hilton. Transgender Diverse and Allies Social Catch-Up happening at the Bendigo Neighbourhood Hub on the 21st of April from 1 o'clock. Get yourself along to there. Ballarat Trades Hall on the 28th of April has a wonderful little funny thing called Funny Peculiar. I'm not going to say much more about it, but get yourself along to that. Starts at 2. The Malmesbury Village Fair is on at the Malmesbury Botanical Gardens on the 28th of April from 10 till 3. Coburg City Hall has a plus-size market from the 4th of May down there at the Coburg Town Hall, and that goes from 10 till 3. Ballarat Heritage Week is coming up in May, and one of the best competitions that you'll see during that point in time is the Ballarat Beard and Stash competition at Hop Temple in Ballarat. And lastly, my mullet and I are attempting to raise money for mental health. So if you would like to head over to the Black Dog Institute and look me up, Mullets for Mental Health, the goal is $750, and anything you can throw at it would be greatly appreciated. Ramsay just pointed out that it should say 169, so I said I'd put $1 on it.
Yeah.
See how we go. We are in the last stretch. If you're tuning in to watch a show after this, it won't be much longer. How's that for a direct but kind of nondescript sentence?
Yeah, love it.
In everything that we've spoken about tonight, we've spoken about all of your interests, all of this stuff in the background, but we haven't actually told anybody what you do for a living, and nice badge.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What's your job title?
My current job title is Quality Risk and Safeguarding Manager.
It sounds a bit like governance.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Look, your eyes have lit
Oh,
up.
I love talking about what I do.
So what is, so you got the title,
Yep.
we've got governance. What is it you actually do?
So I work for Pinnock Disability Services in Ballarat, and my job is, I do lots of different things for a small company, but the part of my job that I enjoy the most is the NDIS. Being a disabilities provider, it says, these are our standards and this is what you need to do and this is how you need to do it. Well, I actually tell you how you need to do it, but you need to do this to be safe, to be a registered provider. And then you have people like therapists or support coordinators who go, well, this is the job I do for these people and this is the support I provide. And so you've got the standard saying you need to do these things, you need to have this in place. And you've got therapists saying this is how I do my job. And then how do you make sure that at the end of the day, the person, all of this stuff, all this legislation and rules and registration and policy and procedure, how do you make sure at the end of the day that that person is actually recognised as a human being that is valid and often a vulnerable person, that person and their family? How do you ensure that they're cared for and provided support and service in a respectful, safe and meaningful way? And so I see my job as taking all of that, what people need to do versus what the government says we need to do versus best practice, and making it meaningful and purposeful. And that's the stuff that I really enjoy, is let's not just have a procedure to tick a box that says, hey, we're doing this and we're compliant to pass an audit, but let's actually remember at the end of the day that there's a person at the end of this service that's, needs something, needs support.
I was actually quite amazed as we were coming into tonight's show. You were saying that there are actually NDIS providers out there who are not registered.
Yeah.
So that kind of opens up for all sorts of disaster.
Yeah, it's a big kind of rift that's starting in the community. So there was just the NDIS Royal Commission, or the Disability Royal Commission, and the NDIS Review. And they've both said providers should be registered to ensure the safety for people accessing services. And absolutely, because otherwise, if you're not registered, there's no oversight about what you're doing and the services and things you provide. But the whole point of NDIS is choice of control. So there's some people within the community who are like, well, that means you're going to take away my choice and my control and my ability to choose what my supports are. So there's going to be a bit of a balancing act with what that looks like, because they're talking about doing a tiered approach, and how do you ensure that you don't move away from choice but also have some level of safety because there are people that are being taken advantage of by providers that aren't registered.
Amazing.
Yep.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I've really loved this chat and the opportunity to meet you a little bit better. And we hope you've enjoyed the show as well. We will see you again next week. You've been watching Lance TV. And remember, at the end of the day, be kind.
Thanks for watching Lance TV. We'll be back same time next week. Lance TV is made possible through funding from the Community Broadcasting Foundation. I'm voiceover guy Randall Smith. See you next time.